to you, Owlz fans, and welcome to the month of May. This month, Owlz baseball is back, baby. I am Blake Baker. I am the communications manager here with the Northern Colorado Owlz, here at Peculiar Ales in Windsor with none other than our fearless leader, skipper, Frank Gonzales. Frank, thanks a lot for talking with me today.
Thanks a bunch, Blake. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're really excited you're here. It's been really a cool opportunity for me to talk ball with you a little bit over the past few months. We're going to give all the fans at home a chance to do the exact same thing today, hear your expertise, hear your experience. And trust me, folks, he's got a lot of experience. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 8 seasons in the minor leagues that he played, all the way up to AAA, right?
Yeah, and parts of 10 years, 89 to 2000, and then coaching the last 10 seasons with the Rockies organization.
Awesome. And there was a season in China in there too, right?
Yeah, Taiwan.
Yeah, how about that? Awesome.
Great.
So all kind of experience, off the charts. Just a blessing to have you here in Northern Colorado, where you have called home in the past as well. So I guess I'm just curious about the last few months. You know, I think it was hired in February, was when we announced your hiring. What's the last few months been like? How's it met your expectations?
Well, it's been a whirlwind. Obviously, getting to know the staff, seeing all the moving parts at Future Legends, and then trying to put a competitive ball team together. Lots of phone calls, lots of video, a lot of recommendations on players that are available. And I feel like we've done our due diligence to get these guys in here.
We'll see very soon enough, absolutely. So what about this level of baseball, right? And just the Pioneer League in general, you have experience, you've been just about everywhere, and you've even coached at all these different levels too, high school, college, the pros now, for years and years. What about this level of baseball, this league, this town, this community of baseball is so special to you and made you want to come back?
Well, I mean, Northern Colorado in itself, I'm coaching at Colorado State, being a Colorado State alum, raising my kids here at Rocky Mountain High School. There's a big following with the success that Rocky Mountain had, and at CSU, we were fortunate enough to win a couple national championships. But that being said, being able to manage and coach at all levels over the past really 15 years, and actually in the Pioneer League in 2016 and 17, I feel like has given me every opportunity and advantage to put together the right kind of player for this league.
Awesome. That's great. Now, this is an exciting league, I think, from a fan's perspective. Obviously, maybe not so much from a pitcher's perspective like you'd be used to, but I'm curious what you find most exciting about this level of baseball, whether it's the partner league itself, the Pioneer League, independent baseball. Like, what about all this is appealing to you?
Well, developing baseball players at any level is really key for me. I'm a developmental guy. I've been with a developmental organization for the past 10 years, so I've really kind of laid my base of how I want to operate, and I think development is great. There isn't an organization, a farm director, a GM that's ever going to say development is bad. So even at this level, we want to develop. Of course, we want to win. But at the end of the day, there's players. I think there were 70-plus players taken last year out of the Pioneer League to affiliates. So we're going to lose players, and I'm excited about that opportunity. So if I can sign the right guys, and I feel like I have, we're going to lose players. So guess what? We're just going to go get some more.
I love it. Now, it would be the first for the Owlz to have that as well, as a part of the partner league, to be called up to an affiliate team. That'd be really, really exciting. I think we're all looking forward to that.
No doubt.
And this is a brand of baseball, I think, just hearing you talk about it, that all of us can look forward to, right? So in the same way that the Pioneer League is exciting, why is the Owlz brand of baseball that you're going to be bringing to Northern Colorado, why is that going to be exciting for fans?
Well, the nice thing is I've got, I still consider all these guys prospects. I've got some older guys. I was talking about Peter, Batari and Bacino today, and they're older fellas. They're 27, 28 years old, but to me, they're still prospects. They could come here, knock out 15, 20 homers in the first month, and a AA, AAA team could call them right up. You never know. And I think they believe they can. So I really think that having prospects here is key. I'm going to treat them all like they're a prospect, and for me, they are our organization. Our team will be good because of players, not great because they have a manager, a pitching coach, an assistant coach, a hitting coach. They're going to be great because they have culture and that they're good players.
Yeah. It's a really great balance from my perspective, at least, just having watched it all last year, of guys who they're trying to, kind of maybe in the twilight of their career, but trying to really ride it out, see what happens, and then guys that are really on the up and up. So it's a really cool balance that way. So the older guys it sounds like there's a lot of those on this squad.
Yeah, I mean, we got some 27s, we got 25 and 6s, and I think our wheelhouse is in that 23 to 25 range, which I love. I love the kids right out of college. There's a place for them in this league. They've got to be the right kind of kid. They're the kid who wants to find out if they can keep going.
Yeah.
I've seen all levels with the last 10 years with the Rockies, so I think I have a pretty good feel for exactly what type of player has a chance to keep going. And I feel like we've signed a bunch of them. Good, could be good for for them personally. Could be interesting for the Owls if we lose players to affiliates quickly.
Yeah. And I think all those guys are probably, that was part of the appeal when you came here, right? Was that kind of experience? You've seen that before, and they bought into that, obviously. So that's awesome.
No doubt. And I'm excited about it. I think the guys are really excited about, having professionally run practices, making sure that we're playing the game the right way. And that's the other thing here, we can play to win all the time. The winning to me is a huge part of development. I'm not just going to play a guy because somebody called and said this guy needs to be in the 5-hole. I'm going to play him because it's going to give our team the best chance to be competitive that night. It could change nightly. It may stay pretty much the same, but at the same time, we're trying to put a winning team on the ball field every night. It's
music to all of our ears, absolutely. And you said that the staff maybe won't make or break what happens on the field and how the inner workings of the team and all that. But I think it's a pretty good staff so far. And something I'm really excited about is that you brought back Robbie Bales. We were talking about him off camera a little bit earlier. And the Owls interim manager last year came in about a fourth of the way through the season, did a really nice job, I think, commanding that clubhouse through the final stretch. What do you like about Robbie Bales? Why'd you bring him back?
Well, I think the grit. His ability to want to be part of a long season. I know he's got family. He runs a collegiate team at School of Mines, of course. Mm-hmm. I just feel like having to deal with getting through a year where it's that first year and it's operationally tough. It's to be commended, and I think he deserved an opportunity to come back. Obviously, adding Andy Burns, Coach Aragon from Fort Collins High School, Troy Tolar, who's been at CSU as the head guy. My son Frank Gonzales will help us on the catching side. I think when you round that thing out, I'm not sure there's a better staff in the league.
Beautiful. That's actually, I was just going to ask you about that, who rounds out the staff. So I guess a better question, man, if you had maybe some adjectives to throw out around there of this group of guys and what they're going to bring, what would you have to say?
Well, Andy brings a ton of minor league and big league experience. He's a local guy, obviously. He's got 13 plus years in the minors with a couple cups of coffee in it and played professionally in Korea. He's done excellent. He's had a career in baseball from a playing perspective. Coach Aragon, 30 plus years of experience at the high school level. Tolar was a pitcher, and so he's going to assist on the pitching side. Will help me so I can be open to both sides of the game.
Yeah.
And Alex was a catcher, so we've got this thing covered. Robbie's going to run third base. I'll go to third if I have to, if he ends up getting tossed. And there may be a game where I just say, listen, let me take the reins at third, but I really, really want him to be a third base coach for me. And I think it'll be good developmentally for him and for myself to be out of the base paths and really managing the game from the dugout.
I like it. You got it all thought out. It's
Absolutely.
Perfect. It's right around the corner. You got it all thought out. You've been around spring training. Sounds like a lot of these other guys have been around spring trainings in the past. I'm guessing some of these guys coming in, though, player-wise, it's going to be a new experience for them, at least some of them. What can you tell us about some of the guys coming to spring training, especially some of the new guys that maybe Owls fans haven't heard of yet?
There's a plethora of guys that definitely have some experience. We're bringing back Dakota Popham. He's a third baseman. We signed a big right-handed bat, Omar Ortiz, out of the camp. I think he looks like Miggy Cabrera, quite honestly. He's a monster. He's a big bat. We'll see how he plays third and first. Jorgensen's another big-bodied corner-type infield guy. We've got a young player by the name of Juan Familia. I have him bunting from the right side on video, down the third baseline bunt. He gets out of the box and runs a 3-7 flat to first base. So we've got speed, we've got some strength, we've got arms coming. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Talking my language here. Some of these guys that we saw, you mentioned Popham. I saw like Kevin Higgins is another name kind of thrown in the mix. Austin Schneider appeared on Frank Gonzales' show not too long ago.
No doubt.
What other guys are coming back that would be familiar faces to fans?
Well, I think Schneider and Higgy are the two most popular guys. Popham we mentioned, of course. Really for me, those are the three main ones. But other than that, we're brand new. I mean, there's 30 plus guys that are brand new. So it's going to be interesting.
How about that? Yeah. Whole new experience. Then you mentioned Batari too. Abdel Guadalupe, is he coming back as well?
Abdel absolutely. Abdel's on the roster, and we liked what he did last year. But yeah, I haven't seen him a ton. I've seen a few video on him, but from recommendation and from Robbie. He was somebody that we thought we should bring back.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, no, he's a great hitter. I mean, he got here at the beginning of August and was Owl's best hitter for the last 5 weeks of the season.
No, he goes back with the fastball. It's up the middle into center field. Guadalupe, his second hit.
Did you know that he was ambidextrous throwing?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. He actually was a pitcher in one of our later games, and he just was pulling the glove back and forth. It was kind of wild.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real talented. Real talented guy. Real talented squad. It sounds like you have these guys who were here last year, the Owlz, the Nick Botaris, the Higgies, all that good stuff. What do you think they learned most last year? What was their biggest takeaway from last year and wanting to come back this year?
Well, I think they obviously, I've talked to these guys personally, and I've had them on interviews now with our radio show, with the Frank Gonzales show, and I think that the perseverance, but also they like being around the park. They like being around the team, and they like being around future legends. I think, from the staff to the front office to the media to everybody who helped make this thing work last year, they just had a good experience. Even without a ballpark, they had a good experience. I know they used various parks in the area, but as an organization, they had no qualms with any of it. They loved it, and I've had nothing but good feedback from those guys that are returning.
It was really, really comforting to see some of those guys come back too. Not just from a I like those guys perspective, but the experience of having been around the organization for a year, having to deal with some of those hardships last year. Now, this is a very obvious question in a way, but why is this season going to be different?
Well, I mean, for me, I went after pitching really hard. I understand elevation. I understand the Pioneer League. I spent 10 years coaching at all the teams that are on purpose in elevation with the Rockies organization. Boise was in elevation, Grand Junction elevation, Albuquerque's elevation, Lancaster, the wind blew out. So I understand that pitching is a big part of trying to defeat the opponent in elevation. You still got to execute good pitches even if you have great stuff. But I purposely signed guys with great stuff. I think the last time I checked, I had 5 guys above 92 and 3 guys above 95. So we're going to be a velocity-driven team. There's no doubt about it. We're coming at you with high-end velocity. Like I said, will we be able to throw over 17 inches? I hope. Can I help them with that? Absolutely. That's my job. I got to calm them down. I got to slow them down. I got to teach them, the ways to get guys out and how to use their stuff to execute. At the end of the day, execution is key. But I can tell you this much: if you can execute with stuff, you're way ahead of a guy trying to execute without stuff. And I love it.
If you can execute with stuff, you might be moving on from the Owlz, right?
Well, that's the thing.
That's the whole goal. Absolutely. Last thing, what makes you most excited? Why should fans be most excited about this group of Owlz specifically?
I think we're going to be a high energy team. We're going to, our theory is going to be like, there's no doubt in my mind that we'll be at the top of the league in stealing bases. Absolutely have 5 guys or more who can really, really run.
Right.
We're going to have power. We're going to have power arms. I've got to find out if we can catch the ball. So we're going to find out about that, right? So hard to see that in video. A lot of guys don't ever take fielding videos.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's going to be an exciting. You're going to see the word power come up a lot. When people describe our team, oh my God, they have power. They got power arms. They run hard. They're aggressive. And there's a lot of power with the bat. So for me, I think it's exciting. If we get into home run, a playoff at the end in a tie ball game, we've got several guys that can help us win that game for sure.
I love the knockout rounds too. It sounds like Botari was a big in our arsenal for that last year as well. That'll be fun. If fans don't know about the knockout round, you're going to find out this year. Absolutely. Well, this is the season that I think Owlz fans, Northern Colorado community members have kind of been waiting on, and they don't have to wait too much longer. So it's really coming around the corner. It's cool to hear you talk about it. Buy your tickets, fans. Our home opener is May 23rd. It's a Tuesday. We're going to be playing over at Future Legends Field just down the road from here. Until then, I guess go ahead and follow us on social media. On Twitter, we're at Owlz NoCo. On Facebook and Instagram, it's at NoCo Owlz. A little bit different there. To buy your tickets, go over to northernColoradoOwlz.com. Click on the tickets tab. We got all kind of options for you. And I know you got some stuff coming up at the complex as well. You want to plug your youth camps?
Yeah, no doubt. Youth sport camps coming up. The first one is a high school camp on June 3rd. We have a kids camp on July 8th. And then the other one is early September. I don't remember the date exactly, but June 3rd, July 8th, the first two. Go on to the sites that you mentioned. You can go right to a QR code and sign up and register for those. We're looking to really fill up our high school camp on June 3rd with 60 to 80 high school age type athletes. And if you just finished 8th grade, go ahead and sign up because you're going to be a freshman anyway. So we're excited to have you at Future Legends.
A lot of exciting stuff going on in Future Legends. And Frank here's seen a lot of ball, but he has yet to see baseball with a Z. So Frank, we're real excited about you joining the Owlz. Thanks a lot for running us through it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah. So until our home opener on May 23rd at Future Legends Field, I'll leave you with this. Go Owlz. Thanks for listening.